the likeness of Jesus. We know he's a black man. What did that do to us as a community, as a nation? Do you think them confusing us, taking our Messiah this color away, you think it destroyed us? Just think about it before you answer. Just think about it. Think about us as a race of people all over Gulfport. Just think about Gulfport and Biloxi. If they took everything, stripped our nationality, stripped our Savior away from us, based on our conditions today, did they help destroy us? They helped destroy us. Now let me ask you this. The man who did this, painted Jesus white, they the same man who put us in slavery. Will we agree? We agree. Now let me ask you this. Do you think those people are our friends or our enemy? You be honest now.
Enemy, but
why you say they are enemy? Why would you say they are our enemy? Say that again. Hold on. Now we ain't gonna talk about the kid. We're gonna talk about us as the adults. Based on history, what they did in history, did they destroy us? Give me why you say that. And it's a real conversation, sis. Why you say that? Based on our conditions, right?
yeah.
Based on our conditions, right? And I'm gonna show you when they did it, that was their point to destroy us. Give me Psalms 83. Watch this. Their whole ordeal was to destroy us, sis. What we don't know is that we are God's chosen people. We don't know is that this whole planet Earth belongs to us. But right now we not ruling in those positions. We in the bottom. We in the neighborhood. We trying to survive. We don't know what the next week gonna bring. And it ain't just us here in Red Ball, it's us everywhere. But watch this, this is what the white man did, read this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1.
Watch this.
Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace.
So the prophet's like, keep not silence, God. He pleading to God, Lord, please don't hold your peace. Please help us out. Watch this, read on.
And be not still, O God.
Rest is, read this.
For lo, thine enemies.
Thine what?
Thine enemies.
He said our enemies. Who was our enemy? Who? The what? It's obvious. Who did this to us? What's up? Look, sis. Come over here, sis. I want you to look at this. Hold this. Hold this. Cause I don't want you to when you saying this, I don't want you to be confused like I'm trying to force you to. I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to force that up out of you.
Oh, no,
I'm just saying it. I don't want it to be like this. Cause you said the white man our enemy. Now I want you to look at this sign. Who did this to us? Huh? The white man did this to us. What is this right here? What is this? It's a boat, right? What's on the bottom of the boat? I want y'all to come look. What's at the bottom of that boat? They own the boat. This them at the bottom of the boat, right? Now let me ask y'all this. How did the so-called blacks get to America? How did we get to America? Because you older than them, they younger, so they might not know for real. But I'm asking you, how did the blacks get to America?
Why you come down here without shoes?
On ships. You remember, we was once slaves. How old are you, sis?
36.
36, okay, you should know a little bit of this history. This right here, this us getting sold. This an auction block. When we got off the slave ships, what they do to us? Did they let us go where we want to do or what they did? They separated all of us, right? Now let me ask you this, sis. Is that documented in the Bible that happened to God's people? That they were going to slavery on ships, that they was get separated to other nations and sold. Is that in the Bible? You haven't read it. Watch this. Read it.
The book of Deuteronomy.
Watch this.
Chapter 28 and verse 15.
Read that.
But it shall come to pass.
This is what God talking to his chosen people. This is what God saying to his chosen people. It shall come to pass.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
And we don't listen to God, read.
To observe to do all his commandments.
To do all his commandments, read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Read.
That all these curses.
That all these what?
That all these curses.
So God told his people, look, if y'all don't listen to me, I'm going to put a whole lot of curses on y'all. You hear me, sis? You heard this. Jump to verse 16. Remember what the question was? Is us coming to slavery on ships? Is us getting sold on auction blocks? Is that in the Bible? And what you said was? You ain't never read it, so basically you don't know if it's in there. Right? Watch this. I'm going to show you that it is in there. And this Bible a true book We just don't know the book. The pastor not teaching us this book. This is the King James book. You believe in the Bible, young brother? That's a good book.
That's a girl.
Oh, damn, I'm sorry, young sister. This the King James. All right, read this.
Verse 68.
I'm sorry, okay? All right, read this.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Egypt is a Greek word meaning bondage. That means bondage. So God said, which means slavery. So God said, read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Meaning slavery again. How though?
With ships.
How you say? What you say to these people on what? How the Lord said we're gonna get over here?
With ships.
God just said His people was gonna go into slavery on ships.
Right.
Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
The same way He told us it was gonna happen, Moses did. The same way it's gonna happen. Watch this. Read on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
He said, thou shalt see what no more again? Our homeland. If I ask any of these people in Red Ball, where are we from? They're gonna say Gulfport. They're gonna say Biloxi. They're gonna say somewhere in Mississippi. Or they might say Princeton, Alabama.
Or Texas.
Or Texas, right? But where are we originally from? You just said we came over here on slave ships, so where are we originally from? The Bible said we want to go back to our homeland where we originally from. Because curses is up on us. Read on, watch this.
And there.
So when we got off the slave ships, remember I asked you, sis? I said when we got off the slave ship, they did what you say they said? They separated us, right? Okay, let's see what the Bible gonna say there. Read on.
And there.
When we got off the slave ships, read.
Ye shall be sold.
You shall be what?
Ye shall be sold.
Read.
Unto your enemy.
Who was our enemy, sis, again? Did that not happen? We came over on slavery, on slave ships. When we got here, we were sold to Master Charles and Natchez, or to Jackson, or to Tupelo. We were shipped all around Mississippi to now, voila, we're in the hood of Mississippi 400 years later. Now what they did, they destroyed our identity. Now in these last days, God wants His people to wake up, right? And what I just showed, God said His people are going to slavery on ships and be sold. So who are God's people today?
You sure we got snacks? No, we ain't got no snacks.
How you know?
We ain't got no snacks.
Hold on, listen. You know how you know your sis? Because God just said His people be sold and be on slave ships. Is that not our history? So who are we? We God's people.
Right.
We just don't know God's people name.
Right.
According to the Bible, God's people is the nation, the 12 tribes of Israel. So when you say, who am I? I'm an Israelite. If you ask me right now, sis, what's your nationality? I'm going to say, I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Now I'm going to ask you the same thing. What's your nationality? According to the Bible. From what tribe, though? An American black from Judah, Benjamin, what was her? Now I'm asking you again. What's your nationality? That's the tribe. What's your nationality?
American black.
No, you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
From the tribe of Judah.
Okay.
You see this history we never was taught. I wasn't taught this. But the thing is, in these last days, give me 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. In these last days, God is waking us up. He's sending people to all around the world. You got a flyer on the back of the flyer say Israel United in Christ. Oh, and when you look on YouTube, the Israelites, men in purple, are around all the world. We in New Orleans right now. We in Alabama right now. Today, at this moment, we in Louisiana. We in Milwaukee. We everywhere right now. Sis, I want you to listen to me. In the streets, doing what we doing right now, all around the world. Now, in these last days, this is what God gonna do. Read it.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 4 and verse 9.
Read it.
For I think that God have set forth us, the apostles, last.
So in the last days, God gonna send the right apostles out to teach the people information you didn't never knew. You never knew you was an Israelite. We know we're Israelite based on the curses. Ain't nobody went into slavery on ships but us. Ain't nobody had yokes of iron on their neck but us. So that's showing we are God's people. You hear that, young sister? Now what is, okay, how do we get out these conditions? And we know God's people went into slavery, so that while we God's people, we here in the hood. Was us being in the hood today, was that one of the curses of God that y'all to be in the hood curse? What you say, sis? You don't think, I was just thinking about it, if your children disobeyed you, you're going to eventually punish them. Eventually, right? You got to. Now, do you think if we didn't listen to God, one of the punishment was y'all to be in the hood going through all type of stuff? That's possible that God been to did that since we don't listen. Let me show you this, a Bible prophecy. Read this.
The book of Amos.
No, Deuteronomy 28:16. Watch this.
Verse 16.
Watch this, sis.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
What God just said he was gonna do this, people? Curse him what? In the what? In the city of Gulfport. In the city of Gulfport. You're gonna be cursed. You gotta go to the white man for everything. Is that in the Bible that you had to go to your enemy for everything? For toothpaste, for toothbrush, for tissue, for water, for food,
Deuteronomy 28:16.
for gas. Is that in the Bible? You got to go to your enemy for all that? Do you think, based on what we telling you right now, it got to be in the Bible? You feel what I'm saying? Now watch this. I want you to read it. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 48.
Watch this.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
You heard what God said? Read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
God said, right here in Mobile, right here in Gulfport, Mississippi, that the so-called blacks will have to serve their enemies. Read on. Watch this.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Hey, sis, right here. Sis, on the sidewalk. God said he was going to send us, he was going to send the enemy against us. You hear me, sis? I want you to come deal with me for a second. Come deal with me for a second, sis. I got to talk to you. You heard what he said? He said, God, he read that part again?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So God said he the one sent the enemies against us. God did this. Why God sent the enemy against us? Because what? Disobedient to what? To him, right? Now let me ask you this. Do we be obedient to God today? I'm asking you. Do we listen to God?
Yes, sir.
We do? You say yeah.
No.
You say no. What you say? Sometimes, right? And when I say listen to God, you remember, give me Psalms 148. What did God give us to listen to? What did he give us to listen to? We'll say it again. He gave us the commandments. It's more than 12, but we ain't been taught. You got to remember, sis, you got to remember who taught us the Bible? Who enslaved us? So is the white man going to tell us really what we got to do to get out these conditions?
No.
No. No, he's not. Why? Because he want to keep us on the bottom in servitude. Yeah. Watch this, read this.
Psalm chapter 147 and verse 19.
Read that.
He sheweth his word unto Jacob.
He showed his words unto Jacob. Jacob is the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's within the nation of Israel. He showed his words unto Jacob.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
So who he gave the statutes and commandments to? You see that? He gave the commandments to us. You see that, sis? Now, I'm going to ask you again, do we keep God's commandments? You said sometimes. You say sometimes too? Okay, what commandments you keep? It's more than 10. So based on the ones you know, which ones do you keep? And like, I'm not here to shame you. I'm here to enlighten you. Okay, you honor your parents, right? Okay. All right, what about you?
Should not lie, should not
steal.
steal.
Okay, now let's be
Should not
honest.
kill.
Okay, now let's be honest. Do we lie?
Yeah. Yep.
So we break what? You break a commandment.
I tell the truth.
You tell the truth. All right. But is that it though? Give me Leviticus 11. Let me show you this stuff you might not know. You might not know this. That's why I remember he said in the last day God gonna send the apostles out to teach. This church on the side of the hill, on the side of the neighborhood, been there forever. That church over there, they upgraded it. Is they teaching you did they teach anybody here in this apartment that Jesus Christ is a black man?
No.
Everybody think Jesus color what color?
White.
They think he white, but we just read in the Bible that when he was what color?
Black.
We just read in the Bible he was black. Now there's some of God's commands that you probably didn't know, but you break. And read this.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7.
Read that.
And the swine.
What's the swine? You know what the swine is? You don't? I'm gonna tell you. You know what the swine is, little sister? Anyone of y'all know what a swine is? A swine. He said, in the swine, that's the pig. It's pork. Pig, swine.
Oh, we don't supposed to be eating pork.
Hold on, let's see. Watch this reading. Let's read it.
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed.
Talking about the pig or the pork.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
Read.
He is unclean to you.
Read.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
What God just told us we weren't supposed to eat?
We don't supposed to be eating pork.
Do we eat pork?
Yep.
We eat pork. We eat pork. We go in the grocery store, we go look for the pork chop. But did you know it's a commandment of God for you not to eat pork? Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Just say you continue to eat pork, and Jesus Christ cracked the skies. Is he going to put us to death when we eating pork?
Yeah.
You say yeah. You say no. What you think, little sis? If Jesus Christ come back and you eating pork, is he going to kill you? You don't know. Do you want to know? You want to know. What about you, sis? Do you want to know?
Yeah, I want to know.
Okay, read it. Isaiah 66. Now let's see.
Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 17.
Read it out.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst,
Doing what?
eating swine's flesh
When they eat swine flesh. Read.
and the abomination.
So it's an abomination to swine. Go to verse 15.
Verse 15.
Watch this.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind
To do what?
to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Read.
And the slain
And they killed
of the Lord shall be many.
for doing what? Eating pork. God gonna kill
I
us.
gotta stop eating pork.
God
man.
gonna kill you for eating pork. We didn't know that.
I sure didn't know that at all.
That's what I didn't know it, sis.
Right.
I had no idea. But when I found out about it, guess what I did? I went home and told my wife, look, don't bring another pork chop in here.
Right.
Don't bring it in here. It's good. But the other thing is good. You eat turkey. See, this your daughter. That's your niece. So now, you know what we should be doing? We should be teaching the youth on other things to cook.
Right.
Outside of the abominable food that we eat. Now, and here you go, pork. You just found out you're supposed to eat pork. We eat crawfish. We eat shrimp. Not you. I said we. I'm talking about us as a collective. Right?
Right, because I'm missing moves.
You see, you messing up. Now, will God kill you for eating that?
No.
Is it a command not to eat that? It's not. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 9.
Remember, who taught us the Bible?
The white man.
The white man taught us the Bible. The white man our friend, our enemy.
The enemy?
It's obvious he the enemy. He the one who did all this wickedness to us.
Right.
So is you think they're going to teach us the right way or the wrong way?
Wrong way.
They're going to teach us the wrong way where we can keep killing each other. They keep putting us in these little small environments like here in Red Ball. We get into it with each other often out here in Red Ball to shootings and killings and fightings always going on out here in Red Ball. Right. It was a design for it to be like that. They designed it to be like that, and guess what we're going to get them? We're going to get them some food stamps, though. And what they going to do with the food stamps? What they going to go buy when they go in the grocery store?
Bring it out.
They going to go buy pork.
Right.
You don't see it's a set design to keep us enslaved? Because as long as we break God's commandments, the longer they rule over us.
Right.
Well, we finna break that cycle now. Read this. This is how we gonna break it. We just found out we're supposed to eat pork. So we gonna kick that. No, we ain't doing it no more. Watch this. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 9.
Read that.
These ye shall eat of all that are in the waters.
Now we talk about stuff that's in the water. Now he finna tell you what we can eat in the water. Right? Read on.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales.
He said, only thing you can eat in the water, it gotta have fins and it gotta have scales.
So the only thing we can really eat is fish?
Yes, certain type of fish, because you can't, catfish don't got scales.
No.
So he told you only thing you can eat in the water. What was the shrimp supposed to do to the water? Do you know?
Bring it out.
Don't they clean?
You had it, supposed to be the algae eater. You know when Granny had the fish tank and she had the algae eater in the fish tank? What the algae eater do? It clean eat the fungus and all that is just floating in the water, right? Right. That's the job of the shrimp and the crawfish and the crab and the catfish. Hey, sister, hey bro, let me ask you something. What color is Jesus Christ according to the Bible? According to the Bible.
Jesus black.
Jesus black. Well, who is this?
You hit that right on head.
Who is this? Hold on, sis, I want to show you something. You just found out you're supposed to eat what?
Shrimps and pork.
Now let me ask you
The only
this.
thing you gotta eat is with fish and scales.
Fins and scales.
Yeah.
Now I ask you this. Will God put us to death, or will we miss the kingdom for eating abominable food? What you say, bro? If we eat things God tell us not to eat, is we still gonna get the kingdom of heaven?
It really depends on your relationship with him.
So we could be disobedient and we can still get up in there?
Not just purposefully though. You can't just.
So if he said don't eat shrimp and you keep eating, is that preferable or you trying to stop?
If you trying to stop,
But if you trying to stop, you'll what? You'll stop buying.
you'll end up stop. Yeah.
You'll stop putting it in your mouth. So if God says stop eating shrimp, stop eating crawfish, because I'm going to kill you for doing it, what should you do?
Stop it.
You should stop doing it. I'm going to ask you a question again. If we continue to eat the things God tell us not to eat, is we going to get the kingdom of heaven?
Nope.
Do you want the kingdom of heaven?
Yes.
You should. So what you got to do? Based on
Stop
what we...
stop eating shrimps and stuff. You gotta only eat what God tell you to eat.
It's
And
just that
that's only-
simple. Okay, let me ask you, you see, what you're saying is heaven. You hear this, young sister? You hear this? How you get it? Could you get to the kingdom of heaven eating unclean food? Like pork and shrimp and lobster? We eat that stuff though, right? We do as a collective. We eat that, but we don't know that God gave us the law, the Israelites the law, not to eat it. Not to eat it. Now, Matthew 19, you want some? Matthew 19, come on.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 16.
Read that.
And behold, one came and said unto him.
Now, this brother asking Christ, what he got to do to get to the kingdom of heaven? Based on what I just asked y'all, read.
Good master, what good things shall I do that I may have eternal life?
So he asked him, what I got to do to get to the kingdom of heaven? Read.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
Read.
But if thou would enter into life,
But if you want the kingdom of heaven, sister, if y'all young sisters want the kingdom of heaven, you too, brother, what you got to do?
keep the commandments.
Do what?
Keep the commandments.
That's the only way we're going to get the kingdom, sister.
Right.
You got to be obedient to what God says. If you think we gonna continue to break God's commandments and he gonna come deal with us, that's what the white man told us. But the white man is the same people who enslaved us. The white man is the same people who bringing drugs to our community, bringing guns to our community. How we get the guns? We don't make no guns. You don't know now, brother, and got a laboratory here and there making Glocks with the switch.
Right.
You don't know nobody who go to Colombia and got a plane who dropped the cocaine over here. We don't know nobody. We drive state to state to transport it, but how did it get to the country? They brought it over here.
Right.
They the ones keeping us deceived and tricked. But in these last days, it's up to us to realize we have been tricked, we are God's chosen people, and we must be obedient to God in these last days.
Right.
When we agree with that sounds like what we need to be doing.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, His word, His word.